I'm D'Angelo Dia, and I'm at the Mint Museum Uptown giving a poetic reflection on my work, which is in the Constellation CLT show. Consumption of space, consumption of compassion, consumption of fiction which once helped me to process our reality, consumption of natural resources, consumption of justice, consumption of bodies, consumption of the concept of time, consumption of revisionist history, consumption of the lies once told to gain affection which was never intended, consumption of disruptive texts, consumption of an education system devoid of love, devoid of faith, consumption of social media and news, consumption of comparison traps. Prince, Nina Simone, Thelonious Monk, Charlie Mingus, Basquiat, Shel Silverstein, Maurice Sendak, Lady Bird, Coltrane, Shirley Chisholm, Luke Cage, consumption of comics and graphic novels, Milestone Media, consumption of education reform, overthinking, consumption of laughter, consumption of demons, consumption of Muppet Babies, consumption of Saturday morning cartoons, consumption of Parliament Funkadelic, liberation theology, you, me, us, consumption of narratives about narratives, consumption. It's a fact I hate to admit, but I'm an alien. Amongst these beings called humans, a thing I thought I once was until I could no longer relate to the actions, attitudes, and behaviors of those once considered divine. I realized that I could no longer assimilate into the pods, people, and propaganda, and quite simply the pranks played by those who have found life to be a joke. When the world is in deep despair, games are being played by those most needed, but sadly, they could care less that they are both lock and key, splashed by the senselessness of unfulfilled possibilities that saturate so many. I once among the herd heard the call and answered, even in the face of ridicule and doubt, like passion being tainted by the thought that passive is the same and change is selling out. I don't, and it shows when I cringe at the norms of crucifying each other with words like fools skipping to their own extinction. Death is no different when life comes with an obligation. I understand that surviving is a threat to those that have induced the annihilation, and dealing with the sickness of those who value self-destruction is a threat to my sanity and ability to deal with the purpose set upon my life. My daily walk seems to be a daily fight to hold on and not crumble under those determined to fail and nail their own coffin shut, according to those drastic conditions that breed us like pit bulls that turn on master, foe, and friend alike. Loyalty lost is the slushy of a nurtured culture that says hush. Die in the clutches of your own hands. So I am an alien in this environment that dealt me a harsh hand and branded me less than and made my peers stand against that which I know should be right, but in spite of the odds, stats, and social experts who have written us off, I realize our survival depends on learning how to stand alone, unpopular, sometimes unravel. And this is what makes me think being an alien amongst these beings formerly known as humans might not be so bad after all.